I want to ask a question about Owen Beck. We've spoken a fair bit over the time since he's gone about Owen Beck, and he came off the bench, made his Liverpool debut the last few days. How much of that debut was down to what he did here at Dundee in the first 6 months that he was away?
Listen, he'd a period here where he played 20 games, and you could see within those 20 games that there's a huge level of improvement in his performances, and certain, specific things about his performances, that he's improved on. But listen, all the credit goes to Owen Beck, because, I've been involved with players need to really commit to their loan. A Liverpool player coming up here to Dundee, he has to commit to that, and that's the one thing I would say about him. I found that in terms of his professionalism, everything that Owen done, whether it be a gym session, head tennis, or crossing and finishing, or an 11v11 game or a match, he put everything into it, 100%, and he's got as much as he could get out of it. So I think huge credit goes to him and to the staff here. The people invested in him a lot in terms of commitment and their time, and it was just a good relationship, and we wish Owen all the best, and it's great to see him, going where he's going. But it's a good example as well to all young players, not just in the first team here, but in the academy, that if you do that and you apply yourself that way, then you can get as far as you want to go.
Reflecting back to the game on Tuesday at Tynecastle again, you suffered both sides of VAR decisions. You got the positive when the onside decision was no goal for offside and it was overturned, but then in the second half there was the penalty decision that was overturned. Does that demonstrate that it's working, or do you feel, as I say, it's need improvement still?
See, I've come out and said that, I think I'm working at the moment in a really progressive football club, and I'm working in an industry that has to continually improve and progress, and I think VAR's necessary to do that, and I think there is problems with it, there's teething problems, but I think it's important we stay with that, because if we need to continually look at ways of improving their game, and that's a way to improve the game. There's pivotal decisions but a lot of it comes down, with the game the week before when there was no VAR, and a decision was made, and I need to speak for my football club, because it was a wrong decision. We weren't given the goal against Kilmarnock in the 6th minute, which would have had a huge impact in the game. There was no VAR in that game, and the referee commented that he needed VAR. So for me, that's that speaks volumes. The fact that the referee says that he needed VAR, but it's just the utilisation and how we use it. I think we can improve a lot on, and that's a lot down to individuals, a lot down to human error. But I think we need to keep working on it to improve the level, the standard of the game. I think we need to keep working at it, and like everything, the more we work at it, the better we'll get.
Looking at the games again, you've had 3 games this week, all of which have been away from home, all on very different types of surfaces. Is it difficult in 7 days to have to adjust to 3 different types of surfaces for your players, or do you feel that the squad's big enough to deal with these differences?
It's quite unusual to have 2 games back to back and a game in the middle of it on grass, 2 on artificial and 1 on grass. It's quite unusual, and you need to ask the players about that. Obviously I've built a squad that hopefully they can deal, is robust enough to deal with that. But no, certain players really struggle with playing on it, and hence the reason why we don't train on it a lot as well. So it is quite unusual to be in that situation, but listen, you get on with every other team in the league. We've got two artificial pitches in the league, so everybody will get their chance of playing on it, and like it or not, it's there, and you've got a squad, and you just need to get on with it and try and do what you can to try and get a result when you're on that surface.
You talked about the analysis earlier on, great deal of analysis that take place. What were the positives you took from that analysis from Tuesday night into the game this weekend?
I thought we were really brave, and when our structure's right behind the ball, I think we're a really good side. When our structure goes a wee bit skew-iff and a wee bit decisions are made that don't help us without the ball, that's when we had a little bit of a problem. But I think there's loads of positives to take, in terms of our technical ability, the way we can execute a game plan, and from the analysis show that when we don't do it, how we leave ourselves that bit vulnerable, and that's as important a learning process when you're looking at that side of it as when you're looking at when things go well. But I go back to it again, I've got a brilliant group here, a really, really good group that are led by fantastic senior pros, and there's brilliant young players in here, and it is a learning environment, and the other night will be exactly that. It'll be a learning environment. We did so many things right, but the things that we did wrong, I think we can correct, and I think we can get a lot better at.
Last one from me is to do, again, back with Tuesday. The team talk at half-time, how different was that to the team talk at full-time?
Good question. Yeah, of course it was different because you know in the first at half time you're really pleased with what you're seeing. You know we're carrying out a game plan to the letter. At full time we didn't do that. We didn't carry it out to the letter. So it's a different maybe tone you would take, but it's the same message. And the message is that you know we need to be structured against the ball, and we need to be you know really good when we've got the ball, and kind of combining those two aspects of the game and making sure we've got a good balance. That's the message, and that's where we carry that message on, not just on a match day, throughout the week. And if we continue to do that with the players that we've got, we'll continue to improve. You know, our performances will get consistent, and hopefully we'll get the results that come with that.
There's been so much change in football over the last couple of years with different technologies and things all coming around. One of the things that happen now that never used to happen so much is the debrief after the match and the analysis of everything that happens with being able to run things back. As a player, what do you take out of these debriefs when you have them after a game?
So what do you mean in terms of?
Well, how much benefit as a player do you see from these debriefs, and how much can you use that to enhance things you do in the future?
I mean, obviously, it's very good to be able to look back at the game you've played and things you've done well to reinforce and things you haven't done well to improve on, and you try and take that going forward into future games.
And from the other night, obviously the way that things worked out, have you been able to take anything from that you'll take into the game against Living this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, you take stuff from all the games you play. I mean, obviously, we had a lot of success in the first half, so we're looking at what brought us that success and looking to take that into Saturday. Yeah.
Looking at point of view from yourself and a more personal type of view, another striker has arrived last week here at Dens Park. How does that affect you as a player today? Does that help spur you up a bit and make you more determined to play better?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I motivate myself, but obviously there's competition for places all over the pitch, and personally for me, I just want to keep playing and hopefully score and keep performing and improve on my performances. I feel like I've definitely got room for improvement. But you know, there's competition for places, it's normal, yeah.
But the benefit there is obviously different teams, different players suit different teams, and when you're up against Hearts, obviously are going to play a different game to Livingston, so the benefits of being able to fit into different surroundings. Yeah.
Yeah,